Hi, this is Helena Hart, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about what makes a man feel unsafe on a deep level and pushes him away. This is something I see all the time in clients, and I can certainly do this myself, and so can men, by the way. We can all slip into this sometimes. So it's not about being perfect or beating yourself up or blaming yourself. I've just found that having some awareness around this can be tremendously helpful when it comes to building a really close, connected, emotionally intimate relationship with a man. So hopefully this video will be helpful for you no matter where you're at in your love life. But before I get started, if this is your first time to my channel, click the button to subscribe to get all of my videos on how to have the relationship you want. So as most of you know, when you are fighting with your partner and you're feeling triggered, that can cause us to say things that we don't mean, that can cause a lot of damage in the moment. I've certainly been there. Pretty much all of us have, right? And so that's kind of an obvious way that makes a man feel unsafe and pushes him away. When we try to solve conflict or, have arguments when we're feeling triggered, we actually lose oxygen in our brain. We go into this fight or flight thing where our blood gets redirected to our limbs and we lose oxygen, like I said, in our brain. So it's kind of impossible to communicate consciously in that moment. That's more of one of the obvious ways that makes a man feel unsafe. Fighting or trying to solve problems or having an argument or like in a really emotionally charged conversation when you're feeling triggered. So that's the first way, but I really want to focus in this video on this second way, which is much more subtle. And that is when we shut down emotionally, or when what we're feeling on the inside doesn't match how we're expressing ourselves or maybe our body language on the outside. It's this incongruence in our vibe and in our energy that really makes a man feel unsafe and pushes him away faster than almost anything else. And like I mentioned, nobody's perfect with this, and men can certainly do this too. If you've ever gotten the sense that a man is feeling something strongly, but the way he's carrying himself or the way he's talking to you is like the opposite of what he's really feeling deep down, well, men are really sensitive to this when it comes to us and our energy. We can tend to think men are clueless, but they're actually not. They're really sensitive and they pick up on this disconnect. So for example, if we're feeling really angry or upset deep down, but we we're trying to pretend that everything's fine, you might, paste a fake smile on your face or all of a sudden act really sweet and understanding when deep down you feel terrible. That incongruence, that inauthenticity there really makes a man feel unsafe. It makes him feel like he can't trust you on a deep level. He can't trust because you can't trust him with your feelings, and you might not even feel safe with your own feelings in that moment. So that's why I always talk about the importance of being authentic, working towards being 100% authentic all of the time. So if you're feeling upset with a man or angry or triggered, it's completely fine to say, wow, I'm feeling upset right now. I'm feeling a little triggered. Even if you have to say, I can feel myself shutting down and something about this doesn't feel good. I need to take a break from this conversation, or I need to take a step back here. That's much better than continuing to have the conversation if you're not able to authentically express yourself. Maybe you don't know what you're feeling, and it's okay too, saying, wow, I'm feeling lots of things right now. I don't want to say something I don't mean, so I'm going to go take a walk and we can continue this later after we've calmed down, or whatever the case may be. I had a friend once a long time ago who was really beautiful and smart, just a total catch. Socially, she was amazing. Everybody loved her, but she had a really hard time in relationships because of this exact issue. When something didn't go her way or when she was feeling triggered, she would just shut down emotionally. And it was kind of terrifying being around her in that moment. That you could just feel the disconnect. You could feel the incongruence. And it's not a surprise. She had a really hard time in relationships, especially like long-term relationships. Anything past the first couple weeks, And I see this in clients too, and of course I can certainly get into this myself. So as much as you can work towards being 100% authentic, if what you're feeling on the inside sort of matches what you're saying and the way you're expressing yourself through words and body language on the outside, that's when a man gets the sense like, wow, I can really trust her because she's authentic and real, and she feels safe with herself. She feels comfortable expressing her feelings. That's how I know that she's going to be able to accept me and my feelings. And a man usually can't put his finger on it, but that's what's going on for him often on a deep kind of subconscious level. So I wrote a whole article on some things that cause a man to feel unsafe and make him feel like he needs to back away. I can post a link to that in the description of this video. I also created another video called How to Make a Man Feel Safe to Come Close, where I talk about exactly how to do this step by step, because I know it can be really difficult. Trust me, I don't get this perfectly. You know, I can still have a hard time with this. Most of us can, because we've been taught to cover up our feelings often, you know, from an early age, or we've been taught that it's not okay to express how we're feeling, especially if we're feeling an unpleasant emotion. So this can be difficult, but it can really change your relationship for the better, really change relationships with everyone in your life when you can learn to just be 100% authentic. So I'll post a link to that article in the description right below this video. And of course, if you're ready to attract the man you want and inspire his love and devotion, check out my 3 keys to attract the man you want report and audio training. It's free on my website, helenahartcoaching.com. I'll post a link to that too, so everything is in the description right below this video. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time.